The question gets asked to me often, Mariah, what is the cost of living in Utah? What is the cost of living specifically, relative to where I am? Is it expensive? Is it not? Give me the breakdown. So today you are in luck. Today we're going to be chatting about the cost of living, expenses that you can expect if you are thinking about making a move here to Utah. And we're going to hop into it right now. Mariah Koehle here. Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if this is your very first time here. I'm a licensed and active real estate agent here in Utah, and this channel is literally everything you need to know about eating, working, playing, sleeping, and living in the Utah area. If that is of interest to you, consider subscribing down below and make sure you tap that bell for notifications so you are notified. Every week we drop a new video. We hear from people like you all the time who are looking to make a move, who are looking to relocate, buy or sell a property here in Utah, and we absolutely love it. So if you're thinking about making a move in a week, in a month, or even a year from now, feel free to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, and my team and I would absolutely love to connect and to help you out. So many people are drawn here to Utah for the stunning landscapes, the outdoor activities, the parks, the recreation, all that Utah has to offer. But also I get the question a lot, Mariah, is it expensive to live here? What's the cost of living to, like to live here in Utah? So today we're going to just break down some of those things. We're going to, talk about groceries and utilities and shopping and all, kind of all those things to give you an idea of whether or not Utah might be a good fit for you, financially. So first and foremost, this is all relative. So some people that I have helped that are, making a move, relocating here to Utah, they're like, oh my goodness, like if we make a move here to Utah, if we relocate financially, it's going to be the best situation for our family, simply because where they are relocating from, the cost of living was significantly higher. Other people who are, making a move here, like, you know what, my job's transferring me here. Cost of living's a little bit more. The housing's a little bit more than what I'm used to. So for everybody, it really is relative from where you are coming from. So that is a full disclaimer on that. But let's hop right into some of the things that you can expect if you are thinking about making a move here to Utah. Number one, let's talk about housing. Yes, housing here in Utah, again, this is general and this is pretty broad because, really depending on the area you are looking at. But let's just say Salt Lake City. If you are thinking about making a move to Salt Lake City, the average price, as I am taking this video right now, is $515,000 for a single family residence. Yes, that's for a single family residence. So that is the average, some higher, some lower. Again, depends on the area that you are looking at, but that gives you kind of an overall view. I know some people are like, well, that's too high, that's too low, whatever. But if you are thinking a townhome, condo, if you're thinking about renting an apartment, a lot of apartments you can look depending on how many bedrooms, how many bathrooms, but average you're looking at anywhere from $1,800 to $2,200 a month. And that's more for a 2-bedroom apartment. Again, single family homes in the Salt Lake City, Utah area, as I'm shooting this video, is $550,000. Number two, let's talk about groceries here in Utah. Groceries, again, can fluctuate depending on where you're shopping. If you're shopping at somewhere like Whole Foods, Harmon's, Trader Joe's, some of those places, your bill is going to be a little bit more expensive than if you're shopping at somewhere like Macy's or Smith's or and when I talk about Macy's, not the department store, but they actually have grocery stores here in Utah that are called Macy's. So if you're, shopping at Macy's, if you're shopping at somewhere like Winco, you are going to be able to get more bulk items for a lesser price for that. So again, depends on where you're shopping, but average, very competitive prices. I know we have traveled to different places, and I know once when we took our family to Hawaii and we went to go get a gallon of milk, my kids were like, what? It's $15 for a gallon of milk. Right now here for a gallon of milk, it's about $3 a gallon. In terms of, let's talk about gas moving into cars, automotive, all that kind of stuff. If you're filling up your tank of gas right now, as I'm shooting this, it's about $3 a gallon. Some weeks it's a tad bit higher than that. Some it's a little bit lower. If you are coming from the West Coast, typically California's gas is going to be about $1 cheaper than it is here. So if it's $3 here, it's typically going to be about $4 there. So kind of that gives you a little bit of a gauge as well. Let's move right on to utilities. Yes, utilities. When we talk about heating, gas, air conditioning, all of those different things here in Utah, it is significantly, I know our family moved from California here to Utah, and once we started getting our utility bills, we literally were like, wait, what? I think they forgot something in terms of trash, in terms of sewer, in terms of all of those different things, significantly less. Here in Utah, a lot of the homes, not all the homes, but a lot of the homes, when we're talking about water, they have the outdoor water, which is typically irrigation water. So this is not clean drinking water that you want to drink out of, but the irrigation water. So you can water a lot of your yard, and you can, use a lot of that irrigation water for your yard, and it is significantly lower. So I know, typically our water bill, and usually they wrap in your water, sewer, and trash all together, and ours is about $120 a month. So that's your irrigation water. Your culinary water, that's the water that's going to be the nice, clean drinking water that will be, in your house. That again can vary depending on your usage level, but it vary within reason. Also, when we're talking about utilities, some people that move here are surprised that yes, the utilities costs have gone up over the years in terms of like heating and air conditioning, but I know for us personally, we run our air conditioning most of the summer, and our air conditioning bills like $150 a month maybe. I remember when we were in San Diego, we would run our air conditioning maybe twice a month, and it was it was more than that. So it was more than that $150. And so I just remember always like wanting to make sure to like hardly ever run it. But here you can run it often, and just those utility costs are much lower. Here we are in the wintertime, we've got our heater on all winter long. I got my bill just recently, and it was about $200 for, to run that heater for the month. So kind of gives you an idea with utilities. Again, depending on the size of your home, depending on how eco-friendly your house is too. Some are, more efficient than other homes. So some are going to be a little bit less, some are going to be a little bit more, but at least it gives you kind of an idea of that. All right, next up, let's talk about internet cable here in Utah. Again, depending on your area, depending on what you've got, but Xfinity does a good job out here. CenturyLink also is another one. Some people, connect to the Ethernet and all that. But if you are looking for a basic internet cable package, again, it varies, but you can find something around $75 a month. Some are a little higher, some are a little lower, depending on the speed of internet you've got, depending on what your upgrades in your cable package or not. So hopefully that gives you a little bit of an idea too. So coming full circle to the question, is it expensive to live here in Utah? Again, that is relative. However, compared to the national average, Utah is considered moderate. Yes, Utah is considered a moderately expensive place to live in compared to the national average. It's not as expensive to live there as California and New York and a lot of the East Coast areas, but it also is not as affordable to live in some of the other areas within the country. So if you are thinking about making a move out here to Utah, again, these expenses, when we talked about housing, average median home price in the Salt Lake area, we said is $515,000 as I'm shooting this video. The price of gas right now, we're looking at right around $3 a gallon. Milk is about $3 a gallon right now too. Depending on your cable internet package, you can experience anywhere from $70 as, basic, a little bit less, a little bit more, depending on your provider, depending on, what kind of upgrades you have for that. And then in terms of food, it's very comparable to the national average of food prices here. I know, buying a loaf of bread is about $2.85 a loaf of bread. Like I said, milk is about $3 a gallon. So very average for, what we're looking here. So if you're thinking about making a move out here to Utah, hopefully this gives you a good idea. My team and I hear from people like you all the time, and we absolutely love it. So feel free to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, and we would love to chat and see how we can help you out. Take care and wishing you a wonderful day. Bye.